The digital world moves fast, but real growth comes from real conversations. This is e-Coffee with Experts, where marketers and founders share what's actually working in SEO, AI, and digital growth. Grab your coffee and fuel your mind as we chat with top minds about their wins, struggles, and lessons you won't find in a blog post. Brought to you by Digital Web Solutions, we bring real talk to help you grow your business, one episode at a time. Let's get started.
Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to your show E-Coffee with Experts. This is your host Ranmay here. And today we have Lewis Vandervalk, who is the owner at Blue Crocus Solutions with us. Hey Lewis, how's it going?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Good, yeah. Friday kicking in like we were talking about. So good now. All right, Lewis, before we take this any forward, let's get to know more about the human behind the mic. Why don't you talk us through your journey a bit? How did you, kind of start your digital marketing career, and also a bit about your agency, what you guys do, what you guys specialize in, and we'll take it forward from there.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Great to be on here. Appreciate you reaching out to have me on the show. So I'll start with what we're doing now. Websites and SEO. That is our main gig now, is everything SEO and website related, and helping home service companies. Whether you're a plumber, an electrician, a junk removal expert, demolition expert, anyone in home service, pretty well we can help. We're going to jump on the phone and see if we can help you and go from there. But it all started, I grew up on a farm and was very used to physical labor, enjoyed that a lot. Got into construction in high school, worked in the summers in construction and even in the winter. Did construction after high school for about 4 years, and then I got a degree in mechanical engineering. And then life happened, got married, we wanted to have 4 kids. And I said, if we're going to have 4 kids, probably need some other ways to make income, with the things that we wanted to do. So I started looking at some different ways, and I looked at marketing as a way to bring together my love of the trades, in construction, and my love of marketing. I've always loved marketing, but kind of found a mastermind where I could combine those two things. And in 2019, dove into rank and rent, actually. So I started building sites that I owned that I would rank. So for snow removal, for example, or for roofing, I would build out a site, rank them, get a bunch of leads coming in, use call tracking to forward them out to a contractor, and made money that way. And then started connecting with contractors and home service businesses and working with their actual brands. So cut my teeth in SEO in 2019. I've been doing it since then, really enjoying it, and making people money. So it combines what I love and supports my family and their families.
Lovely. Quite a journey. And Lewis, you carved a nation helping junk removal and home service grow online, right? So how did it all start, focusing there? And also, since you have been in this space, doing marketing, growing those brands for quite some time now, what makes this niche so unique from a marketing perspective?
People need home service. To talk about what makes it unique from a marketing perspective, people need this service. If their toilet's broken, they need someone to come fix it. If their roof is leaking, they need someone to come fix it. So you need to show up there right at the top of Google when someone's searching to be that person to call. And then, how did I get into it or that sort of thing? With my background in construction and building, and I did roofing, I did plumbing, I did a bunch of different stuff through construction. I understood the industry, so I could have good conversations with my prospects and go from there.
Absolutely. And let's talk SEO. What are the top 2 or 3 tactical mistakes you see home service businesses make that is kind of pinching them in terms of not getting enough leads every day?
They wait until the leads slow down, and then they reach out to an agency and they're like, I'm panicking, and I want you to be, Jesus and walk on water and make miracles come true for me, because I don't know what I'm going to do. And then when they, you have to explain that doesn't happen, they're like, okay. And then they jump in, and then 2 months down the road, they're like, hey, I can't keep going because I haven't gotten any leads. The mistake that they make is waiting too long to market and doing marketing in spurts. We've all run into this as business owners. We get seduced by success and we're like, everything's going great, I don't have to market. But you have to continue marketing so that when the slow season comes, you are still getting leads coming in to keep you going.
Absolutely. And, you helped scale integrity junk removal with sharp branding and a focused web strategy. So, can you break down what that growth playbook looked like, from 0 to 15K, in months?
Yeah. So month 1, it was, getting insurance was brutal because insurance for junk removal is pretty tough. we're getting the insurance, getting the truck, getting the lettering done. And then it was build out a website, buy a domain, build a website, get a Google business profile up. We got reviews right away. Like I even traded some jobs for reviews. So like I had a videographer who needed work done, but he was like, I don't think I can afford that, or I'll just do it myself. I said, all right, cool. What if instead of you doing it yourself, you just video our team doing it and then do a video review? So we started doing some things like that right off the bat. We reached out to local news stations and said, hey, 2 university alumni are starting this company. It's, community focused. We want to give back. We want to help the community. We'd love to be featured. So we got a lot of PR through that, which is obviously good backlinks, which, you speak that language as well. And then we just built out like 50 pages in the first 2 months. Every single service within junk removal, furniture removal, appliance removal, removing a hot tub, removing play sets, all of those really specific things, and started getting a ton of leads come through. I was also very, very active in the Facebook groups. So I would go in every week and I would make a post. I would post on our business page. So Integrity Junk Removal, I'd post a picture of the team, slow motion video, hyperspeed, video that's sped up of the team doing work. So tearing down a shed or something, I would post that on our business page. And then at the end of every week, I would post the best performing post into all the community groups on the Facebook page. So I would get a ton of traction there, people visiting our website. I also did giveaways with local restaurants. So they would give me a $50 or $100 gift card. And then every 2 weeks I would do a giveaway there. So we were building the traction from Google to Facebook to social to reviews, all of that, and really aggressively hitting that right off the bat. We didn't run any ads in the first 4 months. I think we tried some later on, but SEO and our community efforts and everything really, really took us far and fast. And within 4 months it was 15K per month, and by the end of the year, we were doing 30K, and we got it up to like 50 to 70K per month.
Lovely. And you also touched upon a very important point about digital PR, So, for audiences, if you can kind of throw some more light on it, doing traditional links, doing guest posts, and doing digital PR, how do you kind of club it in from a strategy perspective?
How would someone go out and do that themselves?
Yeah, I mean, where do you feel the need of kind of doing digital PR on top of traditional links, right? And how do you think a brand will benefit out of it?
So I think everybody needs to be doing it locally. I haven't done the case studies to prove this. I've tested this a little bit. I don't see it move as much like just buying a PR service necessarily. But for us, we went to, well-known local publications. And we said, here's an entrepreneur magazine locally. Here's a newspaper that I know a ton of older people look at. And so they're going to be reading it and potentially needing our services. And so if you can get local PR, that's really, really valuable in my perspective, because it's your ideal audience is reading it, and you're getting that real power from local websites as well. I think PR in general is good, but if you can focus locally, then you're going to get that community building. You're going to interact with people that might be decision makers of your ideal client too.
I mean, you're right there. I mean, in front of your target audience. So that helps. Perfect. And you do a lot of local SEO for home service industry. So what do you feel are the key components of a successful local SEO strategy for service-based businesses in particular? So
if you're looking for an agency, someone with experience and results is a good place to start. If they can show you actual results and not just manipulated Search Console data, that's a really good place to start. If you can talk to referrals of theirs, if they have some experience in the industry, I mean, junk removal has been very good to us because I have the experience in junk removal now, and so I can talk, in a way that those business owners understand. Lived in the trenches with them. I did what they're doing. I've done the thing that they're struggling with. So, not every agency has to be particularly focused or having done your niche, in real life with a business. But if they have some experience in, general language around your niche, that's a helpful thing for sure.
Absolutely. And then finally, what is your take, Lewis, on AI overall, the AI storm and its impact on SEO in particular?
Great double question there. So I'll give my take on AI first. I've used this analogy in a bunch of different ways because I come from construction. When we were building houses, 200 years ago, we were using a handsaw. We were just, cutting the wood by hand with a saw. When the skill saw came out, the circular saw, now everything went way faster. We also cut off our fingers more often because, there's some danger involved in using the tool. And then along came computer numeric control, CNC machines that could, spit out the same really complex images over and over and over again. And then there's, you have to learn that. There's a learning phase to each of them. I mean, when you're a kid trying to use a handsaw, you don't know how to use it. You got to learn it. When you're learning a skill set, you need to learn how to not cut off your fingers. When you're, learning a CNC machine. So AI is just another machine in the technology that we need to learn. A lot of people are scared of it. I am choosing to embrace it because I think it's here to stay. I know it's here to stay.
100%,
Barring some cataclysmic event that is way worse than AI, but that's a whole different discussion. So you need to embrace it, and you need to learn as much as you can about how you can apply it to your business. For SEO, there's a lot of tools that are coming out that are speeding up our ability to do work and to get results for our clients. It's also changing the game of SEO. So when you are looking at how you're optimizing things, are you making your website structured in a way that AI can crawl it and get answers from it? Do you have schema that works? Are you, publishing in more places than just your website so that they can collate all this information about your business? You need to be embracing that, and you need to be understanding that, because it's not going anywhere.
Absolutely. Good point there. I mean, it is there to stay for sure. In fact, if not anything, get better with time. And yes, I mean, it is an enabler today, right? It is not really there as a final product for sure. But I mean, like you said, if you embrace the tech, you want to be more potent versus what you were yesterday rather than, running away from it. So good point there. Perfect, Lewis. This has been a great conversation. But before we let you go, I would like to play a quick rapid fire with you.
Let's do it.
All right. Your last Google search.
Oof, I don't know. That's probably something related to tech. How to fix it. I'm actually going to find it right now. I was ordering a standing desk, actually. That was my last Google search. I just ordered a standing desk.
Okay. All right. And your favorite sport?
I would have to say squash right now. Yeah, I know we were talking about football, soccer. I do enjoy that. Haven't played it for quite some time, but squash is my favorite sport at the time.
All right. Okay. Your celebrity crush?
Probably The Rock, or I'm going to go with The Rock.
Okay. All right. Moving on. What did you do with your first paycheck, Lewis? First paycheck of your life?
That is a great question. I should know this answer. These are really good questions, by the way, and you're giving me some ideas for my podcast. First paycheck. Well, I know that my parents were big on charity, so they were like, "You got to give a percentage of it away." So I think they made me give like 40% of it away to charity. I don't remember what I did with the rest of it. It was probably a new bike or something like that.
All right. The last one will not grill you any further. Where do we find Lewis on Friday evenings after office or after work, after all those SEO? Projects that you got off the ground? Most
Friday evenings, I'm actually like wrapping up the week, planning, and then I head home and catch up with my wife before starting a weekend with the wife and kids.
All right. Lovely, Lewis. This has been a great conversation. I'm sure our audience would have loved the insights you shared. For them, if they want to reach out to you, how would they do that?
So our website, bluecrocus.ca, is the best place to go. I look at all the info that comes through there. You can also call off of there and reach out or text as well off the numbers on the site.
All right. Thank you, Lewis. Thanks for doing this. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.